think I've got everything set up right. Hey, I'm Molly. I produce the Paranormal Activity with Yvette Fielding podcast, and we were lucky enough to go to visit Sal at Spacious Wing Therapies for one of our bonus episodes. So I went down with Yvette and her husband Karl. We went to Sal's house, which is we went to Sal's house, which is lovely. It was so welcoming, so warming. We had teas and coffees before we started. Made the whole atmosphere just so chill and so welcoming for us to be there. She had a bed set out for Yvette, so she was comfy, whether she wanted blankets or not, curtains closed or not. Just wanted to make sure that we were all as comfortable as possible for when we first started. I was recording on the side, so I had all my bits set up beforehand for when Yvette showed up, and Sal was more than happy to go fish out an extension cable for me, just went above and beyond with everything. And then when the regression started, so Yvette already did her, I don't know what they're called. When the regression started, Yvette had already been doing her guided meditations with Sal, so she, knew what her voice felt like, sounded like, and things like that. And Sal took her all the way into this past life that Yvette thought she was, and turns out she was that person in the past life, and took her all the way through from as a child to the death. And then we were in spirit in that time in between that past life, which was her most recent past life, and the present life now. So she was in spirit while she was in between these two lives. And Yvette, all of us, like from the get-go, was straight into it, and her voice changed, so we were like, this is definitely not Yvette anymore. This is I won't say his name. This is from the past life. And it was so interesting. You could really feel the atmosphere in the room. There was a lot of times where it got quite emotional, which was quite hard to record actually from my side, because it didn't seem right, as there were such raw feelings in the air. And for me, as a onlooker, as somebody just as an eyewitness, there was a point where Yvette and this past life character, they pulled the cord on each other, so they're connected by this cord, and pulling it will get rid of anything that doesn't help Yvette in her present life, but it keeps all of the knowledge and skills gained from that previous life. And when that cord was pulled, it really felt like the whole room, the weight just lifted, and something left that obviously didn't serve Yvette anymore. And that part really stood out to me. And then afterwards, Sal was so nice again. Sat us down, was reading through her notes, what she thought. We were trading notes because I was making notes at the same time. And before and after, just the communication was brilliant. I couldn't fault it. I couldn't fault any of the experience. Obviously, my first time being at a past life regression. So it was something new for me. First time for Yvette. We're just really glad that it was with Sal, because it was just professional, really welcoming, and I just couldn't fault any of it. Really enjoyed it. I know Yvette came out a lot better. She suffers with night terrors, and she doesn't tend to get them as much anymore after doing this regression. So I'd go out and recommend it to anybody who's interested in it. Why not just, give Sal a message? She's happy to answer any questions. She was for us. I don't think it'll be long till myself or another member of the team will be sat in that same chair. So yeah, fully recommend. Thanks so much, Sal, for all the help that you've given us. And wishing you all the best.